Azula versus Ming-Hua. Who wins? Honestly, the answer feels pretty obvious, but let's actually break it down and talk about why. I promise you'll learn a ton as we dig into what a matchup between these two would really look like.
Do you really want to fight me?
You can't seriously talk Azula versus Ming-Hua without first breaking down what makes them so deadly. Azula is a ruthless, calculated, and incredibly gifted firebending prodigy, known for her precision, intelligence, and psychological warfare. As one of the main antagonists in Avatar: The Last Airbender, Azula isn't just powerful. She's a tactical weapon who takes her enemies apart piece by piece. When she steps into a fight, she's not there to play. She's there to dominate. And most of the time, she does. Then there's Ming-Hua, the ruthless waterbender of the Red Lotus. Honestly, one of the slickest fighters we've ever seen. She ditches traditional waterbending for something far more chaotic, using twin high-pressure water arms with brutal speed and precision. She's agile, unpredictable, and everything she does feels improvised, like she's fighting on pure instinct. And somehow, that instinct is lethal. Her style is sharp, creative, and entirely her own. But what really decides a fight like this? It comes down to tactics, awareness, and how each of them approaches battle. Azula doesn't just fight hard, she fights smart. She opens aggressively, sure, but never without calculation. She watches, learns, and adjusts. Across battles like the Chase, the Drill, and the Crystal Catacombs, Azula constantly reads her opponents and exploits their weaknesses. She syncs her attacks with movement, controls the space around her, and knows exactly when to hold back or push forward. Ming-Hua is just like Azula in one way. She loves chaos, and her water arms are built for relentless offense. So how would she deal with someone like Azula? Simple, she wouldn't wait. She'd go on the offensive, creating her own openings instead of waiting for them. Ming-Hua's not the type to be intimidated. If anything, she'd respect how dangerous Azula is and respond with pure aggression, throwing off Azula's rhythm with unpredictable combos and shifting her approach moment by moment. If I had to sum it up, Azula fights like a strategist, calculated and methodical. Ming-Hua fights like a hunter, fast, ruthless, and opportunistic. Azula would likely tone down her usual pressure at first, using the opening moments to learn her opponent's patterns. Meanwhile, Ming-Hua would push hard early on, looking to catch Azula off guard and punish every small mistake. And even though Ming-Hua's style might look simple on paper, her creativity in the heat of battle makes her a nightmare up close. Unfortunately for her, Azula is one of the few fighters who thrives under pressure.
What's the matter? Afraid I'll redirect it?
I'll show you lightning!
Now let's talk about knockout potential, because one clean hit from either of them could end this fight. Azula's got lightning generation. It's lethal, precise, and when it lands, it's game over. But it takes time to generate. We've seen her charge up against Zuko and even against a rock wall. It's never instant. Ming-Hua, on the other hand, can unleash water spikes mid-attack, swing around opponents, or even freeze them in place. Her offense is rapid. If there's an opening, even a small one, she'll find it first. But Azula isn't exactly an easy target. In fact, she's one of the most evasive fighters in the entire series. Let's not forget, this is the same person who flips and cartwheels around Aang's airbending like it's child's play. At one point, Aang literally admits he can't land a hit because she's too quick, and if things start to get overwhelming, Azula has a more destructive plan B, which is concussive firepower. She's leveled buildings in the Chase, broken through Aang's defenses in the Drill, and brought down the Western Air Temple with sheer force. If Ming-Hua tries to hide behind a wall of ice, Azula's blowing right through it.
What are you doing here?
You mean it's not obvious yet? I am about to celebrate becoming an only child!
Who's that?
That's the problem. It's my sister and her friend.
Next, let's talk mobility, because it's a huge factor in a fast-paced fight. Azula's fire jets give her full vertical and directional freedom. She can blast upward, flip mid-air, and keep her attacks flowing without losing balance. It keeps her mobile and dangerous. Ming-Hua swings using her water arms, and while that's impressive, it has limitations. She needs water, and her range depends on how far those arms can reach. If she gets too close, she's in Azula's strike zone, and that's the last place she wants to be. So why does Azula win? Number 1 is long-range dominance. Azula doesn't need to close the gap. Her fire blasts and lightning will force Ming-Hua to play defense. 2. Tactical superiority. She adjusts constantly and never lets emotion cloud her judgment. 3. Versatility. She's fought every kind of bender, often at once, and doesn't lose composure. Number 4, killer instinct. Azula doesn't hesitate. If she sees a moment of weakness, she strikes fast and with precision. Bro, if Azula lands that lightning strike at the right moment, that's a one-shot KO for Ming-Hua. 5. Self-sufficiency. Azula generates her own fire and lightning. Ming-Hua needs water, which limits her in dry environments or prolonged fights.
You have no water. It's over.
Not yet.
Ming-Hua is a phenomenal fighter. She's fast, aggressive, and wildly creative. She'd absolutely make things messy for a while, maybe even land a few solid hits. But Azula's discipline, range control, and cold-blooded instincts make her the worst possible opponent for someone who relies on surprise and tempo. Once Azula figures out Ming-Hua's rhythm, and she will, the fight shifts fast. And from that point on, Azula's in control. So, Azula wins. Do you agree with our analysis? Who do you think would win in a battle between Azula and Ming-Hua? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Avatar matchups. Until next time, stay geeky.
But true power, the divine right to rule, is something you're born with. Don't you know fans just make flames stronger? My own mother thought I was a monster. She was right, of course, but it still hurt.